Hi, I'm Kimberly, and you're watching Simply Living in Small Town. I hope this video finds you doing really well tonight, or whenever you get to watch it, that is. Tonight is Friday night for me. I hadn't got a chance till now to do this. Sorry about that. Next week's Friday FO's video um, will be out earlier on next Friday, because I'm going to do the video probably on Thursday. So I apologize for getting this out late, but Fridays are crazy for me, and I'm like wrapped up all day, and it's just a lot. And today has been a really long day. So, but nonetheless, a great day at that. It's great, beautiful, warm here, sunny, minus the wind that we had all day. Well, so I greatly appreciate if you're a returning watcher, or even if you're not a returning watcher, but you're watching for this first time, I appreciate that too. I greatly appreciate everybody that's watching, and I just appreciate you being here. So for the FO's video, I don't have much done. I got like 3 larger projects you've seen that I have almost done, but they're not quite done. So those will be on next week's FO's video. So I'm trying to get myself ahead. Like I said, the plan is that I will do next week's FO's video on Thursday, actually. So I'm kind of ahead of things comes Friday, because my Fridays are just tied up, and I know that ahead of time. So, and I don't want to keep doing all these videos this late. So for you, or for me, that is. So I did realize the other day when I put out the other couple of videos way earlier in the day, that they only took about an hour, about to upload and process, hour to a little over an hour. So what I have found is that, in other words, I assume that my Wi-Fi it's a thing that when it gets later, like in the evening, I'm guessing that they throttle my Wi-Fi, like, bandwidth down. And that's why it was taking like 3 hours to do that. So there's just another reason right there for me to get these out earlier. So that's, an hour or something's not too bad. But yeah, they were taking about 3 hours to do. So anyway, I have hats tonight again. That's really all I've gotten done. Like I said, I got 3 bigger projects that are pretty close to being done, but not quite. And I know I have some other stuff that'll be done by next week's FO's videos that are like, kind of like sleeping whips, if you will. That's been whips that just need, a little time spent on them to finish them up. So then I'll have those for next week also. I do know on Tuesday I'm planning on having my next video out for sure on Tuesday, because I got kind of a surprise, well, to me, but also going to be to you too, the video, because I don't really want to say entirely because it's just something exciting. So very yarn filled, we'll just put it that way. And so I want to just do a video for that, which you'll see when you see the video. You'll see why that I'm going to do it that way. So I think that's going to be fun, to say the least. So here's what I have done. I made, so they're all the same pattern, these hats. The child's hat that I made last week, I can't speak, y'all. The child's hat that I made last week, and the blueberry sweet roll, the premier sweet roll, and the colorway blueberry that I did for my daughter. Well, that hat was a little big for her, even though it looked really adorable on her. So I made another one, and I shortened it by like 3 rows. So I just did this. It's the same thing. And this is honestly, again, this is a Bag O Day crochet pattern. And I love this pattern because it's so super simple. It's all double crochet and single crochet. I mean, and it's just so simplistic, like the way that she has you do it. So the way that you go down the hat is all alternating rows of double crochet and single crochet. So very simplistic, and it's very cute. And so I made this one just a tad shorter, and we tried it on just a little bit ago. This one fits her perfect. So I'm tickled with that. I just think this is so cute. And you know, with something like this, I didn't try to, I didn't try to color control. I generally don't when it comes to something like this. So meaning this type of yarn or something, and I don't when it's like self-striping, or even if it's supposed to pattern out here and stuff, but I just don't really do that. There may be a point where I do on some row or something. I've just never done that. So I think that turned out really cute. And then basically I have two more that I did also in a different colorway, and these are both of these are dragon fruit. Yes, I have the tail still to weave in on these two, which I will do here in a few minutes. I just wanted to get this video out. But this again is a little bit shorter than the other one. Now it's interesting to see too. So I did both of these two this one and the next one, in the same colorway. These are both the dragon fruit. It's interesting though to see how much different that they look. So I think both of these turned out, or both of these and the other one, all turned out super cute. And again, this is such an easy pattern. I mean, it's something that you can just do very quickly, and or this would be, a great pattern for a beginner on that part. So that's pretty much all I have for this video as far as FOs. Like I said, I've got I have 2 sweaters and a top that should all be done by next Friday. And I do have a couple blankets that I need to just knock out and get done. So my intent is that I am going to go back for sure, because one of them is a granny square blanket that I started. Well, I don't even know when I started it exactly. I started it. I think I started it in like August or September. I think about something like that. But it's just going to be a throw blanket. And I'm sorry, I'm having issues from eating earlier. Indigestion. So I want to go ahead and knock that blanket out. I've already got another skein of yarn for it. I don't really think that I will probably need much more than 1 skein. I mean, it really depends on, how big I want it. All I'm wanting it for is a lap gown, basically, for my living room eventually. So, that's all I want to do on that one. The other one, I have all the yarn to finish it now too, that I was making. And, it's actually a pattern by Cinnamon Stitches. That was the I can't talk tonight. Boggy Creek blanket tutorial that she did. And I knew that, like, I wasn't making mine to send for Boggy Creek just because so the way I have done things, like with the blankets, it's like when I did a pattern, in other words, and I do this with other stuff too. If I'm going to do something, it's like, and I want to sell it to somebody, I want to be like good at that pattern, if that makes sense. And so like with those blankets, I would always just start and get the first one, and then, like, you know, in other words, if I had mistakes or whatever, of course I say that I catch the mistakes and then I go back and fix them. But I guess it's just a thing with me that, like, the first one I keep, and then the second one would be the one that I would sell or like donate to something like that. And so I just really, when I started that blanket, I started with the attitude that, well, this one's going to be mine. You know, I'm just going to keep this one because, you know, I'd never done that pattern before. The pattern's very easy, but I got off a stitch, and then I got off 2 stitches somewhere, and I knew it, and I kept going. You should never do that. Not if you're like me anyway, that you're like, every time then you pick it up, you see, holy cow, now I'm off 4 stitches up here. That's just, I can't deal with that. So I like literally had to rip out way too many rows that I don't even want to tell you. And I just was so, I was like, why'd I do? I literally, actually, I say that I left it go for literally a couple months, sitting in my whip bag, being off like that. And, you know, and I knew it before I even went back and ripped all those rows out, because we're talking about, it's 2 different yarns. So like one row is one yarn, the next row is a different yarn, then the next row is the first yarn you used, and then, you know, so you're just alternating. So I knew that this was going to be like, you know, a pain to basically frog it back. And I mean, I just didn't want to, I didn't even want to do that yet. So I had to work up to actually just all of a sudden I was like, yeah, it's time. Let's go ahead and do that. So now, you know, and I've gotten the yarn, because I was actually short like a little bit of yarn. I think of both or one. I can't remember. So I just ordered one of each, and it's fine. But anyway, that won't take too long to finish. It's, I can get that done pretty quickly too. And so I'd like to get the granny square one potentially probably finish this week, and then move on to the other one. But again, it's all about too trying to go forward each week or whatnot. I'm trying to go back and get 2023 whips finished. So, because I don't leave stuff, I'm not one of these that I'm going to have like 25 things pile up, and not like, I'm one of these people that really is wants to finish. Wants to finish. That's the best feeling, you know, when you finish the project for me. Like, and then you know, you can sit back and, oh, you know, and just be thrilled about that. So that's the feeling for me, is the feeling of accomplishment. So that's going to be it for this video today. I'm sorry there wasn't more, but there will be next week, and I will have more videos out next week. So look forward to next week. And like I said, I've got kind of a surprise next Tuesday. That's going to be great. So I hope you have a great evening. Have a great day whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all of the above or whatever. I appreciate you for being here so much. So much. Thank you so much again. God bless. Bye now.